All right, well, welcome back, Raider Nation. This is Raider Sparks coming at you today with another episode of the Raider Roster Report. Today, we're going to talk a little bit more about improving the free agency. Yesterday, we put out a video on the ultimate building the ultimate team, and with the salary cap in mind, and put together a pretty solid team. But I was not too pleased with the linebacker group, so we're going to see if we can fix that today. Again, please like, share, subscribe. More importantly, add comments. Really want to hear what the Raider Nation has to say, and actually, the comments really help me out here to build a better a linebacker unit and kind of walk through that a little bit. Some really great players that were highlighted that I wasn't kind of calculating in to the free agency team that we had put together. So definitely helped improve the squad. We're going to go through that now. This is a little shorter video than normal. Obviously, we have the main part of the combine about to start. They actually start to get on the field here pretty soon. So real exciting time. But just wanted to see if we can't build out the team a little better from what we already had, and I think we have a real chance to do that. The first guy that we'll talk about. So to improve the linebacker squad, we had to make changes in other areas, and so. A couple areas that we could make changes. One would be the cornerback. Originally, I selected Stephon Gilmore, and so there's another guy that's really exciting player, Shavarius Ward, 6'1", 200 from Kansas City. And so if we wanted to go with Shavarius versus Stephon Gilmore, Shavarius is probably going to be right around 10 mil a year, and and Stephon Gilmore is probably going to be right around 14 mil a year. Actually, Shavarius, it's coming in on fan side. They had him about 8 million a year for 4 years. But you're getting a player in his prime. And I will preface this by saying that either one of these moves, I'm going to give two moves today that we could do. Yes, it might change one position group, but it'll help with the linebacker group. And both of these options would include not re-signing Morrow. So just kind of keep that in mind. So with this move here, going Shavarius over Stephon Gilmore, it's going to save about $6 million, and that with Morrow, the $4 million, we'd be able to sign the linebacker that I really want. But let's take a deeper dive at it. Stephon Gilmore, he missed some games last year. He actually only played 8 games last year. He only started 3, 2 interceptions, 2 pass breakups, 16 tackles. 2020, he only played 11 games. So he's definitely an aging player. So what you're getting with Stephon Gilmore is the familiarity with the system, Josh McDaniels, the Patriot way, obviously all the Pro Bowls, all the swag that goes with them. And he still has some game. You're looking at signing him for probably 2 years, Shavarius for 4 years. Or maybe even 3. He might take a 3-year deal. So not as much of a commit, or a little bit more of a commitment, but still you're getting a player in his prime. Last year he had 2 interceptions, 10 pass breakups, 67 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. He's in 4 seasons. In 2021, he did miss 4 games as well. In 2020, he missed 3. 2018, he missed 3 as well. So you're getting a player here that has missed some time, but he's going into that sort of magical year, that age 26. And so just one option right there. So something to think about, Raider fans, as I talk about the next one. Because if we make one of these two moves, we can afford the linebacker that I actually really want to improve the linebacker squad. And the next one was also pointed out in the comment section to me, which is great. Thanks for all the comments. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Really helps to hear what you guys have to say so we can build out this roster. The other guy was to change out Brandon Cooks. Instead of going Brandon Cooks route, go Russell Gage. Russell Gage, another guy obviously coming into his prime. He's out of Atlanta. So he's a solid player. He's probably going to be looking. He's 6 foot 184, so pretty comparable to Brandon Cooks. The stats aren't as comparable, but definitely somebody that has some game. 66 receptions last year, 770 yards, 11.7 yards per reception, and 4 touchdowns. 4.42 40. So we are going to lose some speed with him because Brandon is about 4.33 40 guy, but he's up in age. Brandon Cooks is about 29, and Russell Gage is 25 going into 26 or that magical year. And a 4-year deal, $7.5 million a year. So again, Brandon Cooks is going to cost us 12 million. Um, so Russell, you're gonna have to make a longer term commitment because this is going to be his prime contract. And Brandon Cooks, you're only going to have to do a 1 year contract, and you have a ton of flexibility with this contract. So something to keep in mind. But Brandon Cooks obviously is over 1,000 yard guy, healthy, and definitely a playmaker as well. So definitely some highs and lows. I mean, Brandon Cooks is also familiar with the system. He's played with New England, so that's one of the things that I looked for as well. And I also looked for friendships with the team. I believe he's good buddies with Carr, so something to consider. So let me just ask, which move would you guys make to bring in the linebacker I'm about to talk about? If I could upgrade this linebacking crew to this absolute kick-ass linebacking crew, which one would be best? Take our rivals cornerback, or their coveted free agent, and bring him on to the silver and black, and not take Stephen Gilmore, or get Russell Gage, an up and coming, in his prime receiver, instead of getting Brandon Cooks. Let me know which one you would take. But let's talk about the linebacker that I actually really want in the squad, and he has been linked to the Raiders as well. And it's Fulsati Oluokun out of the Falcons. This guy is an absolute beast. He's a little undersized weight-wise, which I'm always concerned about, but he doesn't miss games. He's always healthy, and he's ready to go. He's the next up-and-coming, I'm not saying he's Fred Warner or Darius Leonard, but he's the next guy that's close to that. He's got sideline speed. They had him at weak side linebacker for a while. Then they moved him to middle. Now he does both, and he is a fantastic player. In 2021, 3 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, 192 tackles, 102 of them were solo, 4 tackles for loss, 7 quarterback hits, and 2 sacks. 2020, 117 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 9 quarterback hits, and 3 sacks. This guy can absolutely play, and he has been linked to the Raiders. I've read, I don't know if it was PFF or which article it was, had him specifically targeted to go to the Raiders. He'd be looking at a 4 year deal, about 10 mil per year, 22.56. So this would be absolute fire if we were able to land him. I mean, think about him with Perryman. Perryman, 3 pass breakups last year, 154 tackles, 102 solo, 5 tackles for loss, and 3 quarterback hits. Our linebacking crew would be tackling machines. Think about that defense. And then you have Divine Diablo to play the Sam spot. Fantastic. Instead of Morrow, put Divine there. On true passing downs, you put Divine in the game, and obviously Oluokon's not coming off the field, so you put him at middle linebacker, Divine at weak side. On running downs, you have Perryman in there, and Divine, and Oluokon. I mean, this would be absolute dynamic. These guys would be in their prime. You have a rookie. You have Oluokon, who's absolutely in his prime. He'll be at that magical 26 age. So this just changed our whole linebacking crew for the best, and it's definitely doable. So with that, which move would you guys make? Russell Gage or Brandon Cooks, or Stephen Gilmore for Shavius Ward? I'll tell you right now. So I'm going to keep Brandon Cooks just because he's on a 1 year, $12 million deal. So we have a lot of flexibility. He's more productive. He's faster. He's only 29. And then if you look at the other side, Shavarius Ward's in his prime, 26. We're going to take him from Kansas City. Stephen Gilmore has been missing some games. He's getting up in age, although he is very familiar with the system. Shavarius Ward would be the guy. So our DBs would be Shavarius Ward and then Mullen. So that would be totally fine. And you have then obviously we have Nate Hobbs, and we fill it out with Keeson Nixon. Still a little bit on the fence with Amik Robertson. I felt bad I had cut him earlier, but I think it was the right move. But with the new coaching staff, man, I kind of would want to see maybe I will put Amik back in the fold here, just because I really like the guy and we drafted him. I wanted to see him do well. But so I'm kind of on the fence. Let me know what you guys think about Amik, if he should stay one more year or if he should go. But also let me know what you think about that linebacking crew. I mean, our guys would be absolute tackling machines. I mean, Perryman, when he's in the game, or if it's a true running down, Shavarius is in the game, you're just basically going to have the lineman and one of these linebackers handle the run, and then have him spy the quarterback and blitz the quarterback. So that's really all you're asking him to do. You're not really asking him to cover, although Luakon can really cover as well. So on passing downs, if Perryman's in the game, he's the cover guy. Um, if Perryman's out, then yeah, he's going to stick around and look to blitz, look to spy the quarterback, look to stop the run. So we're still solid against the run. But just the way the speed of these guys, the way they would tackle, how we could use Divine in different ways. We could get him into the Sam spot, drop him back into the safety spot, get him back at the weak side linebacker spot sometimes. But it would be absolute fire. Of course, I still have Markel Lee, just basically for special teams, of course. And then we still have Abrams with playing the nickel linebacker spot. So talk about speed, athleticism. This linebacking group, which I was not happy with before, got a whole hell of a lot better just by making these couple moves. So yeah, we changed out Stephen Gilmore for Shavarius Ward, take him from the Kansas City Chiefs. We still keep Brandon Cooks, and plus the connection with New England with Brandon Cooks, he meets the criteria I'm looking for, and I think he's buddies with Carr, so he truly checks all the boxes there. Russell Gage, it would be a nice option, but I think Brandon Cooks. But either way, we still would afford us to get the linebacker that we really want for this team. This defense would be absolute fire. The other thing that I'll talk about is a draft prospect to go with this is Leo Chenal out of Wisconsin. He'd be Perryman's replacement because Perryman's only on a 1-year deal, so he'd be looking to take his spot. And again, Leo Chanel, only 3 years at Wisconsin, so he's super young, 6'2", 255. So it gives us a little bit more size in the middle there, which I like the bigger linebacker, especially for the middle linebacker. So I think it fits. And again, we're going to the combine, so let's see how he does at the combine, how athletic he is. But in 2021, 111 tackles, 18 and a half tackles for loss, and 8 sacks. So Patrick Graham's going to want to be blitzing. We obviously got Rex Ryan in. He's a blitzing linebacker guy. That's what they do. And so this guy is one of the best blitzing linebackers, especially from definitely from the middle linebacker spot that there is. He's a tackling machine. So for the future, you'd pair him up with Oluokun and Divine Diablo as your future linebackers. Absolute fire from the linebacker position. These guys could do it all. Leo would be in there on running downs, or if he's in there on a passing down, not out in coverage, hitting the flat, spying the quarterback, blitzing the quarterback is what he'd be doing. Kind of like a Devontae Hightower kind of type role, where he blitzes all the time, that type of thing. So keep an eye on him with the combine. But that linebacking crew would be absolute fire. And so I thank the guys in the comment section for pointing out Russell Gage and Shavarius Ward to help improve the team. And it did drastically. We don't lose much by doing either one of those guys at either position. And actually, I think we might even get we get younger with Ward over Gilmore, and maybe even a little bit longer term production. So I'm totally cool with that. There's a lot of guys that I looked at. Devontae Hightower, I just had trouble putting him on the team just because a lot of the linebackers that go out of New England go other places and don't do well. But yeah, Jackson Bentley's another guy to look at. He was with the Patriots as well, but he's truly a 2-down linebacker. But again, that connection with New England. I looked at Anthony Barr as well, but definitely had some injuries, but definitely a great pass rusher. I just wasn't sure about adding a Sam linebacker at that price, and the numbers weren't really working out. I'd be much more comfortable with a Luakon, and then going out and drafting using Malcolm Kuntz as our stand-up linebacker. Obviously, Yannick is going to technically probably be called an outside linebacker, but also go out and draft in one as well. So I just didn't feel comfortable getting Barr, although he's a great player. He'd be great. Nwuzu from the Chargers is another guy that plays outside linebacker. He's an up-and-coming player, somebody that would come in a little bit less expensive. So keep an eye on him if you wanted to check him out. He's another good player. He only had 40 quarterback pressures last year, which is great. And through weeks 8 through 17, he had a 78.7 grade with PFF. So coverage versatility motor. He's healthy. He's in his prime. So keep an eye out for him if we do go outside linebacker. Justin Houston, we all know him. He's an older player. So he's looking at probably at a 1-year commitment. So if we just wanted a stopgap guy at the outside linebacker spot, we could do that. For an edge, Okora Kua out of the Rams. I'm not sure how to say his name, But again, another up and coming player. Some of these guys are sort of buried on the depth charts, but he's probably looking at 1 year, 7 million kind of deal. Oh no, that was Justin Houston. Sorry. Um, Khan is probably only a 1 year deal for like 2 million something. You can get him on the cheap, but 250 pass rush snaps. He had 25 quarterback hurries. So been in the league for 3 seasons. So keep an eye out for him as a possible option. And again, I was going to try to add some of these guys originally, but the price got too much. Uh, but now that we kind of adjusted from the a little less expensive cornerback and not getting Morrow, did add a way better linebacker, but we still have a little bit of room. So maybe possibly some of these up and coming guys that are buried on the depth chart could be an option for the Raiders as well. And then you have Blake Martinez, who spent the time in Patrick Graham's system with the Giants, playing that middle linebacker role. So if we didn't want to go Morrow and maybe, or even if we didn't want to go Perryman, that is an option. Hard to say getting rid of a Pro Bowler making $3 million a year, but if we did want to bring somebody into this group that's familiar with the system, Blake Martinez I don't think would break the bank, and he's very familiar with the system and did very well in it. So I could see a scenario where maybe we move on from Perryman because there's no dead money with his contract, and if Blake Martinez happens to be a cap casualty there at the Giants, then possibly bringing him in, and that would actually give us a linebacking crew that has a linebacker in the room that has experience in the system. Because currently, right now, I don't have that. So still would be an awesome tandem. Blake Martinez is still a good player, and then that would be a way better linebacking unit for sure. So let me know what you think about all that. There's a few more guys that I'd highlight. Hassan Reddick, I was listening yesterday. Sounds like the Panthers are not going to franchise tag him, so he'll most likely be hitting the open market. Big time sack guy, obviously. The last 2 seasons, he's at 28 sacks. So that ranks fourth among edge rushers. He's a stand-up outside linebacker, which we do need on the team. Malcolm Kuntz is right now, and Yodick technically will be some of that, but he's going to have his hand in the dirt. So Malcolm will be the guy. So we wanted to go this route, about 11.67 million, 18 guaranteed, probably on a 3-year deal, something like that. So big time blitzer, big time player. He's fine against the run too. Yeah, I think he had a 70 PFF grade against the run, so no problem there. But I just don't want to take away from Malcolm's development in this new defense. But somebody also to keep an eye on as well would be Hassan Reddick. I thought he was going to get franchise tag, but doesn't look like the Panthers organization is going to go ahead and do that. So, all right, guys, that's all I got. Let me know your thoughts and comments about the new linebacking group. Would you do Chavis Ward for Stephen Gilmore, or would you rather do Russell Gage for Brandon Cooks? Definitely let me know your thoughts on Olua Khan out of Atlanta. Would he be fire or not for the Raiders? Leo Chenal, I know a lot of you like Chad Mumba for the spot. We'll see at the combine. Let's hold off any criticism you give me today on selecting Leo Chenal over Chad Mumba for the spot, but let's just watch the combine and see what happens there. Let me know your thoughts on Hassan Reddick or Blake Martinez coming in, especially Blake Martinez over Perryman. Definitely an option getting a Giants connection. Hard to say goodbye to a Pro Bowl at $3 million, but it's possible. But yeah, let me know all your thoughts on the linebacking group and how we did making the changes here. Obviously, taking our rivals' top free agent prospect was always a good thing. So, anyways, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, comments, and we'll keep building up the roster. And of course, next time, if I get some more news on anything with the free agents and that type of thing, I'll definitely share it. We'll keep trying to build the roster, make it a little bit better as we go. And then obviously we have the combine to watch, so we'll be kind of updating the prospects we highlighted, and maybe get surprised by some new prospects as well. So until next time, thanks for joining the Raider Roster Report. Have a good day.